Good evening, I'm Diane Burns.
And I'm Ron Majors. John Drury is off this evening.
Top story tonight, a Suburban hospital accused of failing to provide proper emergency care for a patient who died. That incident took place at Highland Park Hospital on Friday, June 5th. A woman was taken there into emergency choking. Her family is now planning to file a lawsuit charging negligence. And now we've learned state investigators are looking into the case. ABC 7's Jim Rosenfield reports.
It was just a very bad, devastating experience.
When Albert Benish's wife of 51 years choked on a piece of meat during a family gathering just over 2 weeks ago, he never imagined she wouldn't make it through the night. He was reassured his wife Eileen would be at Highland Park Hospital, a designated level 2 trauma center where she'd been taken by ambulance.
And he says it's nothing to worry about at the moment. We'll have to call in specialists to do the necessary procedure, and he says fine.
But Benish and his daughter, who are both at the hospital, say they waited over 2 hours for a specialist who could use a scope to get to the piece of food that remained lodged in Eileen's esophagus.
She says, I could die before they get someone to help me.
So she was aware that it seemed to be taking a long time?
Yes, yes.
The Benishes say 2 specialists did try to help, but declined to do the procedure, so others were called.
When he spoke to them, they said they'd have a problem coming in, that one was watching the Bulls game.
It was Friday, June 5th, Game 2 of the Bulls-Jazz NBA Finals.
One had a family party and wouldn't be able to come. And another one with the problem with the Bulls game.
To transfer Eileen to Northwestern Memorial Hospital. But Benish says something went terribly wrong during the ambulance ride to Northwestern Hospital. His wife became so unstable that paramedics decided to come here instead, to St. Francis Hospital in Evanston. Doctors here attempted to save her, but she died a short time later.
It's just not something that could or should happen if people are doing what they're supposed to and following the standards of care that are imposed.
A spokesperson for ABC 7 News, the physicians who assessed Mrs. Benish decided her medical interests would be best served by transferring her to Northwestern, adding that Benish was stable when she left Highland Park. But the state now plans to investigate.
We require the specialties to be on call and to be capable of handling these type of emergencies.
And as a level 2 trauma center, Highland Park is required by state law to have a trauma surgeon that is available within half an hour or a subspecialist within an hour after being called. Timeline of who was called when, and couldn't explain why its ear, nose, and throat specialist, who did examine Mrs. Benish, failed to perform the procedure to clear her esophagus. And as for the supposed Bulls game excuse, the state says if true, that would be a violation of state guidelines. Reporting live in the newsroom, Jim Rosenfield, ABC 7 News.